First, let me unmute myself. Welcome back, Magic family. Thank you, as always, for joining me here in this space. This is our Magic Morning Motivation Session, or whatever you would like to call it, our daily check-in. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I apologize for Friday. I just had a ton of stuff going on, and for some reason, my interwebs were not working very well, so I didn't want a chance doing a live stream. And the video that I was supposed to, or I had set up to post for Friday, for some reason didn't post. I have no idea why. I can't even find it in there now. So I'm gonna have to go back on my my webcam and see if I can find it. Good morning, Angel. Good morning, Taylor. We've been having some really good pick-a card readings lately. So if you've missed any of those, or my phone, if you've missed any of those recently, definitely want to go back and watch that. All right, let's get our Soul Truth card for today. And then while I decide what cards I'm actually pulling. First, let's do a little check-in. For those of you who don't know, this is the Soul Truth deck by Brianna Hovey. You get on Amazon, it's less than $20. Great, great deck. Also, if any of you fathers are watching, or moms who are fathers as well, I hope you had a fantastic Father's Day. Our card is a little reluctant today. I was a little reluctant to wake up this morning too, so I feel that. And here is our question of the day. Are you letting fear stop you? I hope not. But are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or maybe even giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable. But it's up to you to see that by taking action. So today, we're going to be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero. So that is who you will become, right? Remember, everything you're looking for outside of you is, well, inside of you. We're asking you to remember to find it, right? And we also actually had one that popped out on the table as well. So we're going to pull that too. What can you do to make a difference? Whether it's with that fear or with your life or someone else's. This actually popped out on Thursday, I believe, too, as well. So it's asking us to continue to make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. Even if it's just answering that text that you weirdly got that said nothing at all. You never know when somebody needs a little bit of encouragement, even if it is silently. So make sure you're not pushing those things off to the wayside that may become something big later on. Let's get our Spiritual AF deck card. This is a good one. You can't save your face and your ass at the same time. Amen. You definitely cannot. Let's see if there's something on this card, but there's not. Weird. Okay. So, is there a secret you're keeping? Is ego keeping you from being honest about who you really are? Go ahead and admit where you fucked up. Seriously, we're all fuck ups in some way. So welcome to be human. You do you, baby. Right? So you can't save your face and your ass at the same time. You can, however, steamroll over both of those by ignoring who and what you really are. Right? So we're not going to do that. So we're going to stop trying to save our face by sacrificing our ass. Yeah, let the fuckery go. Indeed. No more fuckery here. Let's get one more. Oh, I like this one. So we may be moving through some, a little bit of childhood trauma as we're going in through this week. Because the card that just came out said to be the person you needed when you were a kid. And I feel like that's kind of what a lot of us are trying to do, right? So, did you need someone who protected you? Did you need unconditional love? Did you need more attention? Did you need praise? Did you need to know someone had your back? You're a big kid now. And you can do that for that little pipsqueak still living inside your rib cage, right? Part of us realizing who and what we are is realizing who and what we've always been and what we've always needed. And people in our lives have very often not met those expectations because we all know what happens when we have expectations, right? They lead to a lot of disappointment. But the fact of the matter is all the people in your life created who and what you are today, right? So all of that stuff is part of all of this shadow work. It's coming to the realization that, well, you're grateful that maybe that relationship once upon a time didn't work because now you're in like the best one you ever imagined. And, but at the time of that, there was a lot of fuckery, as Angel was just talking about, right? And maybe we didn't know all of the things that we know now. And so there was a lot of trauma that's been built up from when we were very, very young, watching our own parents have failed relationships. Or I feel like this has a lot to do more with relationships, not necessarily romantic relationships necessarily, but our relationships with everyone, including ourselves. So if you can think back to that little person inside of you and what they needed when you were little, chances are you still need that now in some way, shape, or form, but you've now figured out how to give it to yourself instead of relying on someone else to do it for you, which is all part of the growth process, right? So, can't save your ass and your face at the same time, okay? And you need to be the person you needed when you were a kid, which is, I think, kind of why this make a difference card is popping out right now, because it's really asking us to look at those things that we can actually change, whether it be giving up a habit or even a mannerism, even that's in some way holding you back from achieving who and what you really are. It's those things that you look at and you're like, oh my God, I could not live without that. Like coffee for me, right? Although at one point it was booze and cigarettes. You know, now it's been 8+ years without, well, I still occasionally have a drink every once in a while, but I don't drink a bottle of Fireball every night like I used to. Yeah, that I'm not exaggerating either, guys. In the before time, in my previous life, I went through a bottle of Fireball a day, inactively trying to boot myself out of this life cycle, right? Thankfully, at the time, I had a significant other who really loved tormenting me. So he would usually make me throw up in some way, shape, or form so that I wouldn't die of alcohol poisoning. And this was a daily. My life has not always been what you perceive here. Fantastic, Angel. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that. So you never know the struggles that people have been through to get where they are. So we definitely don't want to put any sort of prejudgment on somebody's life, right? Somebody could have a completely awesome life from your view of it, but maybe they've gone through psychotic amounts of trauma to get there, right? So definitely we're not putting ourselves in other people's shoes right now, but we're definitely being available in case there is something that we can help with, right? Even if it's just telling our story and being like, hey, yeah, once upon a time, I was a raging alcoholic and was actively trying to kill myself with alcohol because I thought it was my only way out of my previous marriage. For me, my vows meant something, and I took it literally till death do us part, right? And I realized that abusive situations were not part of God's plan at all, and so I made the choices I needed to, but it culminated in me and my kids living in a freaking campground for almost a year and a lot of really traumatic situations. But all of those situations created who I am now. So the person I was 10 years ago is the complete fucking opposite of who I am sitting here talking to you at this moment in time. Um, and that's the part that we need to stop beating ourselves up for now. We went through those experiences so that we could be better, right? Not so we could sit there and beat ourselves with the train. Oh, thanks, Angel. And yeah, I still have my speed bumps and my roadblocks. Although for the most part now it's mostly a financial thing. So we all know that that's just a lack fear. So eventually I'll get through that. But that is exactly what we're kind of moving into as we go into this week, is this reckoning with ourselves about who and what we are and what we want to become, and maybe what we don't want to look at anymore, right? We don't have to sit there and keep picking the scab off the wound of before time just to remind ourselves how painful it was, because your body doesn't know any different, and your mind can only play on repeat what it already knows, right? So when we keep playing those things over and over and over again, we're re-traumatizing ourselves by reliving that situation. So what we really want to do is focus all of our intention and all of our energy on who and what we want to become and where we are right now, instead of picking off the scabs of old wounds and having a little pity party, right? We don't want to do that anymore, because then all you do is call into your existence those things that happened before. And well, we're done with the before time. That's why it's the before time, right? Let's get 3 out of our affirmators. General deck. These are from knockknockstuff.com. 50 affirmation cards to help you help yourself without the self-helpiness, right? Love them. They're great. No, that's not an affiliate link. I do, however, highly recommend all of their products. They also have a lot of really cute, little writing pads and journals, and they're all really flippant and snarky and super amazing. So if you're anything like me, you'll like them. All right, there's 1. I thought that was 2, but it went right back in. 3. I'm actually going to pull a 4th card because we pulled a bonus card. There's only 10 of those in this 50 card deck. That is 2. Why am I? Okay, we're just going to go with it. All right, we got 5. All right, so let's go bottom to the top. Our first card and the bonus card from the Affirmators deck is the Spontaneity card, right? So, Magic Tribe, do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to it is yes. So buckle up, Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after hours hangouts. Yes will also lead you to experiences you didn't think possible and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. And there's a pretty good chance your name is not Charlie, but irrelevant, right? And that is that's kind of true. You never know. You never know who you're going to meet around the next corner, right? So follow your heart, my friends. Remember that you're always rewarded when you follow that heart, because we trust the GPS in our heart to know all the best routes, even when it's taking too long, right? Because obviously there's something weird and cool to see along the way. So get centered, because when it gets to be too much, whatever it is, we close our eyes and return to our center. In our center, we have the wisdom and tranquility of a rabbit holding onto a unicorn floating through space-time on a rainbow, right? Get centered in who and what you are and what you want to become in the future. And don't take it personally, because if someone starts to speak unkindly to you, you're going to remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with you. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yeah, that's probably it, right? And let it go. We're not going to dwell on the bad things that happened. We're going to let things go because we have enough things to carry around. And also, well, grudges aren't a great look, are they? Okay. Spontaneity. Follow your heart. Get centered. Don't take other people's shit personally. And let it go. Because all that bad shit has no place in where you're going or where you are right now. So we're all going to take a collective deep breath, because, well, are we letting the fear of letting go of those before time things stop us from reaching our fullest potential? Maybe. What can we do to make a difference in that? We can be the person we needed when we were a kid. And we can stop trying to save our face and our ass at the same time and just take the tumble and realize that there's plenty of people around us willing to give us a hand back up, right? Starting right here. Thank you, as always, for joining me here, Magic Family. I love you all beyond measure. Favor follows you wherever you go. Well, go out. Light up those shiny lights that I know you are. Be good. Be good at it. And well, if you have to be bad today, be good at that too. Until tomorrow morning, my loves, try to stay peaceful, but also kick some ass if you need to. And let that shit go. It's too heavy. It's time to set it down. I will if you do. Bye now. Love you. See you at 8 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning.